Saira says, Swami says, it is this cosmic consciousness that has been presented to the common people as Sat Chit Ananda, so that they can comprehend its nature. The philosophers of Vedanta, however, looked upon these three as different expressions of the same truth. These three have also been called Asti Bhati Priyam in Vedantic parlance. In fact, all three are one and the same. Next slide.
Yes.
When one says, here is a tumbler, the isness is Asti or Sat. The fact of being perceivable is Bhati or Chit, cognizability. Finally, the experience that I am enjoying it is Priyam or Ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda are one. It is one and the same thing which is Asti, which is perceivable, Bhati, and which gives Ananda is Priyam. Though there is only one, because of our mental delusion, we are experiencing it as many. Hence, Atma Tattva, the true nature of Atma, is to be experienced by recognizing the unity underlying the diversity. Atma has no form, but it assumes all forms. It is like air that has no form, but takes on many forms depending on the container it fills. When air is filled in a balloon, it has the form of the balloon. When it fills a football, it has the form of the football. When it fills a pneumatic pillow, it has the form of the pillow. Air thus has no form or no specific quality, but it is like the one that has only one quality, that is consciousness, Chaitanya. The questions we were given were, the above is one example Swami gave to reflect Asti, Bhati and Priyam, Ananda. Draw from your daily, everyday experiences how you can experience Asti, Bhati and Priyam. Number 2 question, how does this knowledge help one in his or her journey to realize the Atma?
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
thank you,
sister.
Sister Kamalesha.
Hi, Ram. Thank you, sister.
Sairam. So I think before we go on to the members sharing, I think I will show the following two slides to learn a little more about what is Satchit Ananda. Okay, all right. All right, now this table shows us what is Sat, what is Chit, and what is Ananda. So I got some of this information from Swami Sarvapriyananda. So here, Sat, Swami Sarvapriyananda said, Sat means pure existence, never born or created, never dies, immortal existence, an immortal consciousness which neither comes nor goes. That means Sat existence must be an intrinsic property of Chit consciousness. Sat is implicit to pure consciousness. Sat and Chit are the same thing. We are all that pure consciousness. This is what Swami Sarvapriyananda taught. And he went on to Chit. He said, Chit, consciousness, Chit or Chaitanyam, is not a part of your body or your mind. It is not a product of your body, but it pervades and illumines the mind and the body, enabling it to function. It exists apart from your mind and body. Without the mind and the body, consciousness is still there, but it cannot be known. It is not experienced. Yeah, so then we go on to Ananda. Ananda, this little verse I took from one Nagarajan Ramachandran, which I find very meaningful. So I'll share it here. He said, Ananda simply means the ground state of peace that most of us are in during most of the times of our wakefulness. Ananda means being at peace. We only react when this ground state of Ananda is disturbed. So this is something quite new that I came across. So we can maybe later talk about that. Nah? Yeah, so I also found out that the term here, ground state, Ground state, it actually means the lowest possible energy and the most stable. It is a scientific term. Maybe one of you here can later help us to understand better. So yeah, so now I go to the next slide, which is Sat cannot exist without Chit, nor can Chit exist without Anand. The three are one and the same, and in one word, it is called Satchitanand. The English language has no one single word equivalent to this three in one word, Satchitanand. And Satchitanand is the ultimate unchanging reality called Brahman. And Asti Bhati Priyam. Asti means that which exists. Bhati means illuminating, and Priyam means self-endearment. And the isness is Asti. Sat, the perceivable is Bhati, Chit. And the experience that I am enjoying is Priyam, Ananda. Swami told us this. So all three function as one. All these three function as one. Yes, so okay, we will go on to our members sharing. Okay, on question 1, it says, the above is one example Swami gave to reflect Asti, Bhati, and Priyam. Swami used that tumbler, yeah, and draw from your everyday experiences how you can experience Asti, Bhati, and Priyam. And we had Brother Manoj who started the ball rolling for us the other day. So Brother Manoj, can we have you to share? Sairam?
Sairam sister.
Sairam.
Let me just read what I said. So, as Swami said, Asti Bhati, Priyam is cosmic consciousness presented to common people as Sachitananda, so that may comprehend its nature. Sat is truth that remains true today, tomorrow, and in past also. The example of wooden table made from tree is seen as a table. Now, 50 years from now, the table would have decayed. It will not be what it is. So we cannot say call it absolute truth. One is empirical and other is permanent. Absolute truth, Sat, is unchanging God. So what I Chit is awareness. Example, boy sees a photo of an apple, but he cannot touch it. He cannot feel it. He cannot taste it. The true qualities of apple can be experienced only when he eats it and experiences its taste. So when awareness of taste of the apple is experienced, there is bliss, ananda. So, okay, let me read it.
Yes.
Cosmic consciousness can be derived as Satchitanand. It gives bliss when we are in union with God. Sufi saint Ibn Arabi said, God sleeps in rock, dreams in plants, stirs in animal, and awakens in man. This means that consciousness is there in the stone, in the plant, in the animal, and in the human. In human, when we know that consciousness pervades everywhere and everything, we know that we are part of the cosmic consciousness.
Sorry. Yes, brother, would you like to explain further?
Yeah. When you go back in the beginning.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think, as the Swami has said, Asti, Bhati, Priyam, and Satchit, Anand are the three phases are the same together. I mean, it's like as I said that the apple. So apple, the child sees the apple, but the experience once the experience comes, that the full ananda comes. So all the three things, like knowing that it's apple, knowing that its shape and everything, and then tasting, is the one action which is created, and we cannot separate it from each other. And that is what is Satchit Anand, that is what the consciousness is about. Because Swami has also said that uh, nature, Prakriti is a reflection of God only, of the Supreme Brahman only. So it is like seeing something which is our mind sees as a different, but actually because of we perceive it differently, that's why we feel that there are three different things. But in totality, everything is one. So when I'm in a bliss state, when I'm in the happy state, what happens? Let's think that first is the consciousness that I'm in this world and I'm enjoying. I'm conscious, because sleep state we don't know whether I'm conscious or not, but awakened state in the worldly things we are aware that okay, this is thing word is going on and I'm aware of it. But then what happens is that as we perceive the objects, as we perceive the things, we we try to imagine it the way it is, and then what happens that after experiencing we start enjoying that is good, it is bad, it is something like that. But in supreme consciousness, there is nothing like anything which is bad. It is everything is joyful. So whatever is happening is the joy. Like I can just tell you that suppose I'm I'm here today. Everything is like my eyes are functioning, ears are functioning, body is functioning, internet is functioning, everything is functioning. We think it's a normal, isn't it? But suppose there is a pain in the body, then what happens? We start feeling, oh, there is something irritation, why it has happened. Then the pain we start feeling, it's all because of the mind. So what I'm thinking that this awareness, what we see in the world, is all because I'm in awakened state, isn't it? When I'm sleeping or when I deep sleep, I don't feel any pain or pleasure. Maybe in the dream state, maybe what we can see some changes in our mental agitation or something like that. But in the deep state of sleep, the world, the mind, everything ceases. And when we get up, then we realize, oh, I had a very beautiful sleep. It means when I'm in that bliss state, I'm in that joyful state. I I I I don't I'm enjoying it. So I'm part of that consciousness. I'm not separate from it. The moment I get up, the moment I come, oh, I had a good dream, I have a bad dream, and those sort of things come. So what I feel is that the duality and all these things comes only when the mind comes to the action. And once we are in very deep sleep, we are in very close to our consciousness, and there is no time, there is no ego of this body that I am so and so. There is no feeling of bad or good. So that total peace, that total what you said, a substratum, is there. The moment we go up or go down, then our agitations, our feelings start. So that's to me, it understand that Satchit Ananda is always in bliss, like we are in deep sleep. But yes, it can be realized only when we awaken ourselves to the reality of the word. Then we can say that, oh, I was really enjoying, like as a meditator, when he goes in a deep meditation, the time, body, everything becomes non-existence. He is just in the state of bliss. But this bliss can only be judged only when he awakens and comes to the worldly thing. So that is what I feel that in our daily life, also, if we can think, suppose there's a body pain or something. So pain is there. But suppose if I say myself, oh, this pain is there, like Swami used to say that my body has pain, but I'm not feeling any pain. So the moment we start shifting our consciousness, our thoughts, our attention from thinking that, oh, I am the pure consciousness, the pain is there, it is for the body. Slowly, as we start shifting, then the duality, then all the pain, it reduces. Because finally, it is the mind which is observing everything. It's like if you are even given a morphine or something for the operation or a sleeping a dose of anesthesia, the same body is being cut, there is no pain. The blood is flowing, everything you are not aware because you are in a deep state of sleep. It's only when you get up, the body pain starts. Only when you awaken here in this worldly affair, then the pain starts. So what I'm saying is that if like all the yogis, when they used to do the tapas or they used to do the all the meditation, I believe they used to not eat, not drink water for many months because they have withdrawn their mind into the consciousness. The body pain and everything is gone. So in our daily life also, if like what we have to learn is that if small thing comes, a problem comes. If we remind ourselves with that thought that there's a worldly thing which is happening, because we cling to that pain, we cling that, oh, this is my body is paining, oh, I have this problem. So once we start clinging to that, our misery starts. Or maybe something good happens, we are very overjoyed also. So when the joy comes, when the pain comes, I remind myself that it's a temporary phase, it's going to get away, this too will also pass. The moment we come to the state of equanimity, and that is the practical way of, I think, living with this quotation which Swami has given. Saira.
Sairam, thank you, Brother Manoj. Would anyone else like to give your comments?
Sairam.
Sairam.
Brother Manoj say, this sleep, good sleep, then your pain is forgotten, right? Because there is no mind. When in this sleep, there's no mind. In dream state, probably the mind is still there. But then in this state, there's no more mind. So there's a saying that, meditator, when they meditate to the meditation level, it's like in the deep sleep, yet they are awake. See, normally we are deep sleep, we are not awake. In meditation, like you are awake and yet you are in deep sleep. But the awake is a different awake like us. It's just that you're just aware of it only, right? But it's not like totally deep sleep. So that is meditation level, right? And then talking about the pain, when you are in bliss, when you meditate to reach the silent, the bliss, and that's where I think one part you mentioned, that is the God's level. And Swami also mentioned that when I was in Taekwondo Hall, Swami actually said the silent, the bliss, actually is God. Swami also said the same thing when I was there, So in bliss, actually, the silent, the bliss, there is no more mind. That's why those enlightened master, right? Even Swami himself, the body got pain, but I don't have pain. Because why? In bliss, there's no more mind, no more body. So the body can be in pain, but when you are in the bliss level, there's no body and no mind. This one we need to experience now. So far, we heard all the enlightened masters say the similar thing, right? So when you are in bliss, there is no body and no mind. That's why you don't feel the pain. Sairam.
Yes, maybe that is why we see yogis in the Himalayas, they hardly wear anything, and yet they are in such a cold environment, and yet they don't feel the cold. Maybe this is how it is, you know. And yeah, so
I think that one is slightly different. One can be that level. The other one is because they use certain mantra. You know, like we practice. Imagine we go to the advanced stage where the body actually just levitate. One of the mantra is to levitate. You know, so you're using a mantra. So I understand. I saw one of the video where I think was talking about Rinpoche in Tibet or something like that. You know, or Nepal or Tibet. I think it's Tibet. You know, you mentioned there's certain mantra where your body will heat up, just like you use certain mantra, your body will lift up. You know, but of course the gravity will pull you down. Then of course the other one is when you're in bliss. Of course, the cold doesn't affect you. That is the best lah. Otherwise, most of them will practice the mantra. Sairam.
Sairam, thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Sairam,
Consciousness is related to the Atma. And such means unchangeable, it's permanent. It was there in the past, present, and the future. It will always be there. It's a truth. And Chit means awareness and knowledge. And when we have this both, it will follow to the Ananda. We'll automatically get the Ananda. Automatically, it will follow. That's what I understood. It's a permanent. It's already is there in us, in everybody. But one thing we have to experience. To experience, we have to get unattached to everything. Sairam.
Yes, Sairam. Thank you, sister. Anyone else like to add on?
The other one, I think earlier, your reading was something about Ananda and peace. He mentioned, or you call it the ground state or something like that, right?
Yes.
So actually, Ananda is bliss. Of course, bliss is peace lah, but it's more peace. To what I experienced, it's more than peace. It's something. It is consciousness of a beautiful experience. More than peace itself. I mean, you can't describe, and then you just know only, that's all. But it's something you know is beyond the mind and beyond the body.
Yeah, it's also a state. That state of peace is also a state of contentment.
Yeah, peace is part of bliss only.
Yeah, it's
bliss much more higher, much more there, because there is consciousness, there is intelligence, you know, inside peace, you know. But that intelligence we can't describe, we can't say anything. No, it's just knowing.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Brother James. Anyone else? We move on. Okay, we shall move on. Okay, we have Sister Kamalesh. Sister Kamalesh?
Yes, Sairam.
Sairam.
Okay, so long that we have done it. It's a Sat Chit Ananda and Asti Bhati Priyam are all one thing. The isness of the tumbler, I think it's the same thing as we have read it before.
Yes, you were mentioning this.
Yeah. So the isness of the tumbler is Asti or Sat. It means the presence. The being is the Sat. So being able to see it is the Chit. Being aware of it is the Bhati. And the awareness of seeing the tumbler, it gives joy, Anandam. And that is Priyam. Yeah, so I remember that. So in creation, the divinity is in every single thing, and it is surcharged with energy. This energy is present everywhere, in every atom, but man in his ignorance is not aware of that. So to get that awareness is very important. Just as electricity is present in the wires, its presence is only known to us when we put on the switch and the bulb is lighted up. If a person has a pure heart and who adores God, this effulgence will shine in that person. And this person will be able to feel this divinity, which is the cosmic consciousness in the outer world.
Yes.
Yes. Anybody would like to discuss upon these points?
You, sister, this is also your sharing.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
page, if we start recognizing,
Yeah.
Would you like to read it also?
I just read it, I think. Okay, if we start recognizing that I am God, okay, and others are also God, yes, then we all are one. The same isness and the same awareness for myself and for others bring about the bliss. On the other hand, what we cannot feel, we may not be aware of. And if we are not aware of what we cannot see, there's no ananda in that.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to add on to this? What Sister Kamalesh has shared? Yeah.
I think we have discussed quite many times about, knowing that everyone is God, I'm God, everyone is God. No, this is only we know, but we haven't experienced yet. So it brings us as a step brother and sister, like be more careful with what we talk, what we see, or what we say, But we don't actually experience the oneness yet. That's what I understand. We know that everyone is God, but we know everyone also got so much weakness, So sometimes, like, whether you can take it or you can't take it, But then when you know there is God there must be a reason, Like, give you an example, like last Sunday, in the talk, I mentioned one thing, which was the date was not correct. So one brother corrected me, corrected me. He said, "Hey, the date is gonna is the date, So I said, "Thank you, brother." Certain people are very different. They look at you, For us, let's say, like Jenny say something wrong. I say, "Jenny, correction, or maybe this is wrong," But being human, if you are not conscious awareness of your thought, then you will say something extra that might hurt others. It's not intentional that we mention something wrong or we got the wrong info, but it's okay to correct. But the thing is, the brother corrected, then he add in extra. You want to talk also, don't give the wrong information, like scolding you like that, Instead of saying, brother, the date is correct, probably this date is correct. Normally we talk in a very gentle way, But this brother is very hardened one. So I say, thank you, brother. Sorry for mistake, just mention. But even that, he still want to hit you back, So sometimes in life, we face this type of situation, then we have to be very careful. Just because he reacted the way doesn't mean we have to react, We just have to, I would like pretend that I didn't hear the word, right? Because if I were to argue with him, then the whole center will be in a mess, correct or not? So I can't. So I actually, okay, this brother have this nature. The best thing is not to react, just to say sorry, and then just do the correction. I hope somebody can understand what I'm trying to say. So it's quite a difficult situation to say. Side up.
Yes, Brother James. Sai Center is a place for polishing our mental impurities also, because see, after staying for so long, you didn't react, isn't it? Because you had the feeling that this brother is a little harsh, but maybe after some times he will change it. So by changing your reaction to him, you have done a very good thing, that next time he will not be very harsh. But suppose if somebody else were there who had spoken in the real harsh way, then there would be a reaction in the other person and he will not learn it. So that is the way a satsang does to us. We don't react, we just acknowledge and go through it. And this is what the spirituality is, where our
Yeah, the other thing is, for me, I think it's a test. Swami testing me. So I don't react.
I think all the satsangs that we attend, it slowly, very subtly refines us in the way we think, in the way we talk, and in our actions. So yeah, it's a practice that is that comes on slowly. Yeah, if we are interested in learning all these spiritual things. Yeah, and actually, theoretically, we know we are Ananda, but in real life, somehow we still find this very difficult to understand, right? Uh, we know we are Ananda, but to really understand it and to grasp it, it's
But
not
that
easy.
is only through experience only, sister. By experiencing that level only can, but no matter how, the
Uh.
mind is there, you cannot experience.
Yeah.
You have to go beyond the mind. Yeah.
True. Yeah. So we are still not able to really experience it yet. Yeah. Yeah. Silent.
But it's good that we know, at least we take precaution, right?
Yes.
It's good that we know, so we are very careful.
Yeah. Aware. Yes. Okay. Anyone else? I will move on to Sister Kamlesh's next this one. She said, she said, if a person has a pure heart and who adores God, this effulgence will shine in that person. Yes, I agree with that.
Just now I was reading one video. I don't know who sent. I don't know. Maybe the YouTube came out. Talk about Sri Ravi Shankar. He was talking about his early years. He went through a lot of sadhana. Even like extreme side, put your body into pain and suffering and all that. You still cannot get the blessing and the God's grace. So he said, for you to reach to higher level, I haven't finished reading. I only saw half of it only, without taking that time. So he said, no matter what sadhana you do, or what prayers you do, or what chanting you do, or what meditation you do, I'm using my own words to describe what he's trying to say. Maybe he have gone through many methods. He said, no matter how, you cannot reach material unless you have the blessing and the God's grace. So whatever we do, whatever sadhana we do, or whatever we talk or do or see, make sure Swami is happy. And then make sure it's good for the society. It does help society. So that's where the mercy and the grace will come. So I was surprised when he said that. He said, he had done so much, and yet no way, unless you have the blessing and the God's grace. Silent.
Yeah, actually, if we put in right effort, God's grace will be there. Yeah. Sairam, I don't know whether Sister Dr. Purnima is here tonight, because I know she's very knowledgeable in all these things. So yeah, Sister Dr. Purnima.
Yeah,
Yeah, good. Yeah. Sairam. Yeah, I think. Oh, I think she
has to unmute.
yeah
Unmute herself.
unmute. Oh, we could hear her just now.
No, I think she's. I could see her moving ahead.
you see,
Sairam.
when we say there's God, that statement somebody, I don't know, somebody made, or it was written here, God must recognize God is in everyone. It is not recognition of God being in every individual. It is a recognition of only God as a single entity, and the beings are there holding it. So that's why they say Eka for God. There's no thing as God in everybody means some people can take it on in a very different way, that you're going to recognize God is there, God is in this, God is no, God is the only one. Only God is. The others are all fragments, whether you're a stone or a plant or a human being. And then someone said also about Satchidananda and bliss. See, whenever you're looking for trying to put an effort to do something, you are away from reality, because more effort you put in, the more of the I is going to come in, even if it is meditation, the process of I sitting. So you just don't, you just be as such as an entity, like any other entity you see around you. And then whatever takes place. That's all. There's no motive, there's no objective, there is nothing. It is
Oh.
just you as a living entity, as an embodiment. And of course, those words, of course, we need La Satchidananda. But then if I have to pose a question and ask, what is the meaning of Ananda? Different answers will come from different people. If wherever there are more than one answer, nothing is the truth. Truth cannot be defined. And as Swami has rightfully said, truth can only be experienced. When truth is experienced, the person will not be able to even tell you what the experience he went through. If you're able to say that you went through such and such an experience and gone on to a high level, it is only temporary. You're falling back to tell how their experience took place. So the I there is involved. Okay, thank you, Sairam.
Thank you, sister. Yes, yeah, and you know this. I think in the Tao Te Ching, the saying goes that the way that is spoken of is not the way. So it means that we need to experience it. With words. We can't express them in words. So it's about experiencing it. You know. So the way that is spoken of is not the way. Yeah, that's quite a deep saying. Thank you, Sister Purnima. Yeah.
Sairam.
Sairam.
Actually, Sister Purnima said it's correct. Initially, in our sadhana or even meditation or whatever we do, we put in effort, right? We are guided by guru or scriptures. We put in effort, but in the end, it is effortless. That's what you mean. Whatever effort you put, you cannot achieve, because why? Effort in the end is effortless. Only effortless can achieve that level, please. Even same as meditation. You put in, you regular practice. One day, like you are no more meditating, you are just being there. So that is the effortless, the higher level lah. Side up.
I see. Yeah. Thank you, Brother James. Anyone else? No. Okay, we move on. Okay, all right. Actually, I had an experience once. And that must be the isness of Baba. The isness of Baba, whose being I once felt when he answered a very important prayer of mine. It was of a joy that completely overwhelmed me. It was very overpowering. The feeling was very overpowering. It's a feeling of thankfulness, gratitude, and relief, all at the same time. So although it had a cost, because we say that bliss is costless happiness is bliss. But although in this particular situation it had a cost, that kind of joy, I think it must still be called bliss, because it was felt in an illuminating way. Everything just lit up. Yeah. So that was my feeling of my experience. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Anyone like to add on?
Someone, I think was Professor Anil Kumar, asked Baba, he said, when you do seva, you experience bliss. When you do bhajan, you experience bliss. When you do meditation, you experience bliss. What is the difference, Swami? Swami said, when you do bhajan, bliss, when you do seva, bliss, that is only temporary. But the meditation one, the bliss is eternal. That is, it's not a taste of it, it become permanent. And that is eternal. So that was something very interesting that Professor Anigo, one of the book he mentioned there, when he asked Swami. Sairam.
Yeah, Sairam, Sairam. Yes. Anyone else?
Saram,
Sairam?
the bliss that Swami talks about often, peace and bliss, it is, many people think it is happiness, joyful feeling. But Swami talks on a deeper level when you go and you sit for meditation and all that. The bliss you experience is a state of, you'll be in a state of euphoria. You feel a high level state of being in euphoria, you know. So what happens is when you go for a lot of meditation retreat, when you meditate a lot, when you do namasmarana, you'll find this type of bliss occurring in your body or mind, you know. So it's a normal thing, and it goes by stage and stage. If you look at the monks, most of the monks, they are able to feel this type of bliss, you know. But I don't know whether normal people have felt it before or not. This type of bliss, because you only can experience it through intense namasmarana. If you do a lot of japam and you go for meditation retreat, then you'll be able to tap into this type of bliss. And the bliss here they are talking about is Swami is in this bliss state all the time. He's already in a very super high level bliss, peaceful state. So for you to tap into that energy, the best thing you can do is you have to meditate during Brahma Murtam between 4 to 7. If you meditate every day, you'll be able to tap into the bliss. And based on my experience, when I went for several meditation retreat, because the meditation retreat usually lasts about 12 days. So all you do there for the 12 days, you just meditate. So what happens is you'll get into a state of intense bliss, and at one point I was feeling that I didn't want to come out from my meditation because it was so peaceful and blissful, you know. So when I was talking this to a monk, a friend of mine who's a monk, he told me there are levels of bliss. Okay, you can go like very 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 top high level, which all the yogis are in. That's why they don't. You see the yogis. What they do is they just meditate. Those live in the cave. They just sit down there, just meditate. They don't talk much. They eat less food. Even the Buddhist monks, they follow follow 8 precepts. They don't talk much. They eat only in the afternoon. They don't eat at night because it makes the mind dull and sleepy and stuff. So here a lot of people get mistaken that the bliss Swami is talking about is actually happiness, but no, it's actually a super blissful experience that we can tap into our Atma only through meditation and namasmarana. Saram.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Dinesh. Yeah, I think people who are always contented experience bliss without even knowing that it is bliss. You know, when people are contented, always contented, very calm and very pleasant. Everything is very pleasant. So I think that is bliss. Yeah. Sairam.
The thing is, sister, what Dinesh say is also true, but we must also understand the bliss level is only the first level. We have to even gone beyond that, you know, because the bliss can be obstacles also. Right? Any enlightened master will tell you, right? There are 2 more level, like in Ramamashi you mentioned. He said the bliss, the silent, you know, is only the first level. You have to even go beyond that to reach the what I call the oneness, right? So this is what I understand. If you are bliss, yes, very good meditation, but we still need to practice more to reach to higher level where you reach oneness. Bliss is not self-realization yet. It's just the first sign of good meditation, a taste of it. Sairam.
Is that what Swami said? Die the mind, no mind.
Yeah. The bliss is done, but even that we have to go even higher. That's only the first step only, you know. First step only. So you practice all the sadhana, all the meditations do. The first time is the silent, the bliss. And then a lot of people will attach to the bliss, and that's wrong. Even the bliss, you have to detach, you have to let go. Then you only can evolve to higher level, like calmness, self-realization. That is another 2 more level. Silent.
Saram,
Silent.
yeah,
Yes.
I agree with Uncle James. Actually, to think about it in this way, we just have to look at Swami, you know, because Swami already told that we are all actually gods. It's just that he realized it and we haven't realized it yet, which is very true. If you look at story of Lord Buddha, he was a normal human being. He was a prince, and then he was able to achieve enlightenment, and then he was a normal human being lah, and achieve enlightenment, and now people revere him as God. And many yogis also, okay, the famous yogis, I mean, like Mahavatar Babaji, his disciples, Lahiri, Mahasaya. So basically, what happened is when you start meditating a lot, you'll accumulate this a lot of bliss, and then you'll have jhanas as well. They call it jhanas. They call it psychic powers. So what will happen is some people they will have psychic powers. They can read your mind. Some people can astral project them to astral while meditating. They can send their subtle body out to other places. You know, all this exists. It's written in the book. It's written in. You can read autobiography of a yogi. All this actually exists. So if you look at Swami, whatever he's doing, he's just sitting in Prashanti when he was alive, right? But he was able to manifest Vibhuti at the center. He was able to go into people's dream. He was able to sometimes, you know, just show people that he is there. He was able to present himself, on that day and show people, you know, his entire form. So all this is able when you reach a certain level of spirituality. That's why Swami said that even you can achieve it. You are God as well. It's just that Swami is an avatar, lah. So that's different. But many yogis have done all this. You know, even if you look at the Agoris and all that, they will do severe sadhana, such as they don't eat. They will just tie one hand. They just put up one hand into a one posture, like for 10, 20 years. You know, go through a lot of austerities, lah. Like Buddha also did that. You know. So when eventually in the end, you will be able to have when you really realize yourself, your Atma, you'll be able to become one with Swami. You'll be able to have psychic powers, you know, do astral projection and all that. But that's not the purpose of that is not the purpose of meditation. If you ask all these monks, they'll say, yeah, that one is what happens when you're already in an elevated state. You'll have all these jhanas, but that's not the main purpose of meditation. So some people get caught into this thing, you know. Like you can see when Swami was there, so one guy dared Swami that he could walk on water and all this stuff, all this psychic stuff. So this thing is there. It's just that we shouldn't get attached to that, because that is not the purpose of purpose of human birth. Purpose of human birth is to finally realize moksha. But the best example we can have is Swami himself. He's able to do all kind of miracles. You know, that is
Yeah.
something to think about, lah. Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you. So, any more? Okay, we move on. Okay, Sister Shamini. Sister Shamini, are you here? I understand she's in Puttapati, but I don't know whether she's back. Sister Shamini, are you here? Okay. All right, so never mind. I'll read for her. Sister Shamini said, I see Satchit Ananda as a cycle. At every situation, challenge, or activity, reaction, chores that we go through every day, we should seek the truth very mindfully, not just being aware, but really bringing the presence in that situation to realize the truth until there is some kind of an automatic awareness that will eventually bring us to realize the joy or the bliss in doing that activity. The bliss that we experience, we will eventually want to seek more and more of it. And the cycle will repeat and becomes a practice. And without us knowing, it becomes our nature. An example is switching to a vegetarian diet. When I see the benefit of it, I realize that that is the bliss. I start to enjoy being in it, and eventually it becomes my nature. We can take many other examples in life and put this Satchit Ananda principle into it. But doing something not right and being aware of it does not bring about Ananda. Like getting angry with my mother, even when I love her very much. So this was what Sister Shamini shared. Yeah. Anyone like to comment on her view? Not being just aware. She feels it. She takes it like it's as a cycle, you know. And she repeats it, and it becomes a practice, and then it becomes her nature. Yeah. This is another aspect of understanding Satchit Ananda. Anyone? Brother Manoj, would you like to say, comment on this?
Sorry, sister. My internet went off, so I
Oh.
just signed in. That's
Okay, all right. Okay, never mind.
I can read it and say something.
All right.
I see Satchit Ananda cycle at every situation, challenge or activities, reaction shows that we go through every day, and we should seek the truth very mindfully, not just being aware, but really bringing the presence in the situation to realize the truth until there is some kind of an automatic awareness that will eventually bring us to realize the joy and bliss in doing the activity. This bliss that we experience, we will eventually want to seek more and more, and it is the cycle will repeat and becomes a practice, and without us knowing, it becomes our nature. Yeah, I think what she is trying to say is that we once we practice, like you see that when you're driving and learning to drive, and initially when your first time you're on the steering wheel, your mind is alert on the road, on the traffic signal, the noise, and anytime anybody talks also, you will say, don't put on the music, I'm driving, I'm concentrating. So, but that time we are very aware, very much conscious of driving. But then what happens is that slowly, after a few months, after a few lessons, it becomes automatic. And then now you can drive the car, you can listen to music, talk to the people, and still drive safely. So that's what she's hinting, that initially we have to put in effort towards these things. So that what happens is that initially that outside distractions will try to pull you away. And as you practice regularly, slowly, maybe for few seconds, maybe then for a minute, maybe for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and something like that, the slowly it will become a habit, and mind will not deviate. It will be focused. And finally, what happens is that mind will start enjoying that joy. And once it enjoys, then you would like to go back again and again. That's what I can make up.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Sairam. Okay, she also said this, like she switched to a vegetarian diet. And when she saw the benefit of it, she realized that that is the bliss. So she started to enjoy being in that bliss, and then it eventually became her nature. So yeah, she also talked about doing something not right and being aware of it does not bring about ananda. The example she gave was when she gets angry with her mother, even when she loves her mother very much. So she said this kind of being aware of doing that does not bring about ananda. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
the very fact that she's realizing that it's not a good thing, it means the change has already started happening,
Yes. Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Because this is what we are doing when we do the self-review of the Satisai schools. I was in a meeting with Indonesian school and with the education committee, and they were supposed to fill up few forms for the school, that how they are doing, how they're bringing change. And so they're a bit conscious that, but we are not doing it. What shall I do? What shall I write? This is Swami's things. I should not write something which is not correct. So that a reply from education committee that the first point of contact that you start to think that this is wrong and I must change. That itself is a path which you're leading towards correction. And that is what is the most important thing here, is that she knows that she loves her mother, but it means there is a feeling that why she gets angry, because there is something mother must have told, mother must have done, and then which she doesn't like. That's why she gets angry. So now she started. If she goes on further becoming aware that why she's becoming angry, what is the reason, then she will come to know that maybe if it is mother's behavior, or maybe it her attachment to that thought or the act of mother which she should not do, that is causing the anger. And the process has started. And then once she becomes aware, next time her sharpness will be, her anger will be less. And that is the positive sign that she is going to change, bring change in. So this itself is a good sign. Right?
Yes. Really being aware of our own wrongdoings, being aware of it, will lead us to transform. Yeah. It will bring about transformation in ourselves. Yeah.
Saram sister. I think becoming vegetarian and then feeling the bliss, I wouldn't use the word bliss, I would say the happy. I remember, I talked to Swami, I know that one day I'll become vegetarian. So I said, Swami, if the day comes, you just let me know. So the day came, you had to become vegetarian instantly, So you feel happy that God is guiding you, and God is there. So you feel happy. Because the bliss is something that is it's not just only happy. It's something you can't explain because there is intelligence inside one. And that intelligence you also cannot describe. You just know only, just experience only. So in our own sense, because we haven't experienced the bliss, we treat this gratefulness, this contentment, this happiness as bliss. But bliss is a much higher level.
Yes.
It's a much higher level. That's what I understand. It's just like, recently I ordered 2 items for my house. One was a TV rack, a very big TV rack. And it come without installation. I was shocked, And now I'm not a carpenter. So the first thing was I prayed to Swami, you to guide me. I got zero knowledge about, carpenter thing, So instead of installing it for, let's say, probably 1.5 hours to 2 hours finish, it took me 6 hours. And yet I feel happy. Maybe she will say bliss now. I feel happy because thank you, Swami, for guiding me, able to install even without the instruction. You know what I mean? So all along the 6 hours, you are having Swami with you. Swami, what to do? How to install? No instruction. I got shocked of my life. The first thing is, I think most people will get angry. My wife said, hey, send him back lah. What for? You got zero knowledge of this, and you got no instruction how to install. Send him back. Like calm, I say, inside I was talking to Swami, get me. Oh, it took me 5-6 hours to install it.
Mm.
But although it's very tiring, although it might not be bliss, but there is a kind of grateful Swami was guiding, happy, contented you are able to do it. That God is there with you. So the one maybe very little bliss, I would say, happiness, but not the actual bliss itself.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Actually, yours was a very challenging situation, but you succeeded. And I think that brought about a lot of satisfaction and happiness. Yeah.
Correct. The satisfaction, not only your self-satisfaction, no more self, because you were talking to Swami and Swami was like guiding you, all along with you, although you are not that smart, not that intelligent, the joy of doing it,
Mm. Yeah.
Here, Sarah, here I would say that it's more towards happiness, when you help someone, let's say like you are in KL, then you see a blind person, you help him to cross the road, and then you feel instant sense of happiness. You buy a food for a beggar and you give him, you get this intense state of your happiness, the state of happiness. But I wouldn't confuse it with bliss, though, like what Uncle James said. Bliss is another state of mind altogether.
True. It's more like joy, yeah? Joy. Maybe. Yeah.
Sairam, I think Ananda means you have to forget about yourself completely and be with that only. Only with that. Whatever happens, you have to be connected to that. That is only called Ananda. That's what I think. You have to completely forget about yourself, about everything. And whatever happens, you won't be conscious of all that. And only that is there. That Ananda is there. It's total bliss. That's what I understood. Sairam.
Something like a sense of equanimity. Yeah. So,
Yeah, oneness. That
one.
oneness.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
equanimity, sister. What is this? Equanimity is another feeling but it's a very good one that Swami asks us to practice, because whatever happens, you are not sad, you're not happy. You have to be in the state of equanimity always.
Unaffected.
It's very hard to practice that.
Yeah.
You can try to practice. Swami said you have to be in the state of equanimity. Even though your boss come and say something to you or make you angry or whatever, right? So you have to not react, be in a state that you are in a calm state lah. Or when you are overly happy and overly overjoyed, you also must practice equanimity. Swami says the state that you are not disturbed. That's why Jolo, his name is super yacht equanimity, because he's going in the ocean, right? So yeah, Sarah.
Another way, Sairam sister,
Yes.
another way of defining equanimity is if you have the pain, feel the pain, go through the pain. If you, doesn't mean that you will say there's no pain, it's only for the body. No. If there is joy, go through the joy. That means equanimity means you experience both the duality in the similar manner. That means if there's pain, you cannot bluff and say, oh, I don't have pain. No. And say, oh, I must be strong. I should have, it is only for my body. No, you go through the pain. That's why even Swami or even the great sages, if you see, there are many who are by nature, who've got a very angry temperament. Let's take Shirdi Sai for that moment. See? So even Shirdi Sai had his own temper. Swami had his own anger in certain ways. But even though we know that it is not what he really means, because he is going through that state of, that is the meaning of Samasta Lokas Sukhino Bhavantu, also means let there be happiness or let there be everything in whatever state of mind you are in. So if you are in a state of mind of anger, go through the anger, but when you go through the anger and don't say, I am angry, there's a lot of difference. If you say, I am angry, then you are involved. But if you say the anger is in me, it is a different part of grammar again. So if you say, if I'm jealous of you, instead of that, if you just put it as jealousy is in me, then your awareness rises. I am jealous or I am angry, it can lead on to profuse anger and a different reaction. Whereas if you know that anger is in me, immediately you can put a kind of a stop to it. But pain and this thing to the body, it doesn't mean that if you have pain equanimity, you must not have any pain, must not, when both the pain and this thing will be like a balance. No, go through both, but surrender to both. Because you need both sides of a coin. Go to a bank and give them $1. One side $1, the other side is for wrongly print made. The bank won't accept it. It must have both sides of the coin. Life is both. As long as we live, both we have to experience with total surrender to what situation we are in. That's what I understand. Sairam.
Yeah, again, it's like the yin yang symbol. There's a little dot of white in the black and there's a dot of black in the white. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sister Purnima. That was very good. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Saram, sister. Then Sister Punima talked about the anger. I think what happened is most meditator or even those master yogi, they don't get angry, But you look at them angry, Actually, they do see the anger coming. Then they will decide whether they want to be angry or not angry, But if they put on the show of anger, but inside them they are not angry one. You know what I mean, Nana?
Swami is sometimes like that. Yeah.
Just like my children, right? When they were young, they make the mother very angry. But do I have to get angry? I saw the anger, but I would not be angry. I will like talk to God or talk to Swami. What is the next thing, best thing to do? But if I need to act as anger for the good of my son, then I will do it. But we caution. That means I don't simply put up my son, but I will like pick the backside, make sure he learned the lesson. That's it, but under control. Under control. You can see the anger coming, but then you have to use your wisdom and discrimination to decide how to act, right? How to best perform that the son had done something wrong, make sure he correct himself.
Yeah.
Outside angry, but inside not angry. Swami used to be like that.
Yeah. Sairam.
Sairam?
Sairam.
Yeah. This anger thing I still have. I do meditate and I do sadhana and whatever, like voluntary work, sadhana. I even meditate a lot, read scriptures. But the problem is my anger still doesn't go. And especially when I see unfairness, when I see somebody's shouting at you or scolding another person just for no reason, I feel like speaking out, and I do sometimes, but I don't do it rudely. I do it very calmly. But is it wrong, or do you have to control yourself and just keep quiet, or put the person in place in a nicer way? Of course. I mean, what are your views, please? Because this is a burning question I wanted to ask some time ago. Like the anger is always, and I just feel like not talking to the person at all. Okay, forget it. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Is it right or wrong?
No, sister, you are right because you are in control. You were angry, but you didn't react angrily, right? You were thinking, okay, I don't want to talk to him. At least you give yourself some space, or you can, correct the person in an angry way. But you are very very conscious of your words and action. You understand what I mean? Huh? So actually, you are okay one,
Because I feel if people are not corrected, if let's say like just now, Brother James, you said that somebody told you off at a center or something, if you just were to call the person aside and said, hello, brother, you could have said it in a better way rather than, then this person will go on, showing his power and anger everywhere. And there was one Hindi teacher who taught my children. He said, when people are rude and, you have to put them in place, you have to tell them, I mean, I shouldn't say tell them off, but you should tell them nicely, but this is not the way to speak. You could have said it this way rather than being angry and shouting. So sometimes I feel I am that kind of a person. I like to tell a person in a nicer way that, brother, sister, this is not right what you have said. You could have said it in a better way. So do you feel I'm wrong, or you feel that I should keep quiet and walk away? What do I do? I get very confused sometimes.
No, actually, every situation is different. Like this brother, he is much more senior than me. And we know his character is like that. And we know we can't talk. We can't tell him, finding the right time and right place, you really have to be very patient with him. It's not easy, right? For you, probably you think that, okay, I can tell this person, right, in a way that he will understand his mistake. Not everybody can accept this. You must know each individual character.
Yeah, correct.
So the brother, I have to wait for the right time, right moment. Yes, if there is a right time, right moment, I will tell. Probably I will tell a story, and then probably from the story, hopefully he understand, you know.
Yeah.
Ah,
So that means it's actually not wrong to 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 tell a person that that you should speak in better words and all that, rather than publicly insulting someone or what. I mean, is it okay if I did that?
um,
I think
I think Swami did say even the truth is it must not hurt. So you actually have to find the right time, right moment to talk. I
Yeah.
know, brother Manoj, some other thing.
This reminds me of Brother Jagadisan, who used to say there are two ways to say the same thing. You have a
Yeah.
choice. You either say in a nice way or you say in a not nice way. So both ways will bear different results. Yeah. So yeah.
I think to me is like that. Swami has said love and law has to be treated. I mean, law, if it is there, it has to follow because it's there for correction. And the best part is when you're talking to person for correcting, just think that, are you talking from the base of love, or are you reacting? So if it is from the base that you have a love for the child and then you're shouting, then I think that should be the correct way. But instead, if he's shouting and screaming, and then you also reacting because you're listening something, or so these sort of things, then if you're reacting, then I think it will not be that a good sense, because then it will hurt you itself. But if you are correcting somebody with a feeling that I want to correct with a base as a love, then I think your action should be correct. Zaira.
But then, brother, I tell you, nowadays in the world, people don't want to admit they are wrong. I have seen so many people, when you tell them, when you try to talk it out with them, they don't want to admit they are wrong.
Yeah,
So what I do is I just leave it. I mean, that's when I break connections and I break relationships, because you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you, and you are not even understanding what you are saying.
Yeah.
So, okay, if you don't understand what I'm saying, you don't accept it, then forget it. I don't have anything to, because people keep on asserting they're right, they're right, they're right. So how do you argue with such people? So better let them go their way, I go my way, finish.
Yeah,
And I've
that's
done it.
correct.
I've done it. I have even broken a 60-year relationship with somebody who had a misunderstanding, and I wanted to say something, but they didn't want to agree or admit. I said, okay, fine, you go your way, I go my way, finish. Our relationship has ended. And it was a very, very, very close relationship, like sisters, like that.
Now, the thing is that Swami had also said that for a snake, he said, I didn't ask you to bite, but at least you can show your foot and fang or something like that. So at times when people don't understand, you have to show in a way that you are angry and you are reacting, you are giving him a right advice. But the thing that we have to understand is, other person is a different personality.
Mm.
We can give them advice, but we cannot change them.
Yeah,
They
that's true.
have to change themselves. And they'll, with your advice, with your good intentions, if they're not changing, it means they have to go through the karma of their behavior. The better
I
is
think
to
better
keep,
not react. Better not react.
yeah,
They have to change
better
themselves.
keep, yeah, they
Yeah.
will change. So best thing is give the advice and keep quiet. And as you said that, but don't break the relation, because it's a relation
Not
which
correct.
yeah, but keep talking or something different thing. But the breaking relation is why you are showing the reaction of it. So we should continue that relation, say hi, hello, something like that. But at the same time, don't touch upon that subject which has made with that person is wrong and you want to correct. It is his karma. He has to go through it. So I feel that that should be a better approach than breaking the relation, because you said 60-year relation. So there must be good feelings. There must be good
I mean,
memories with that person.
I still do remember her, but I
Yeah.
know that the patching up is not easy because she will. It's not easy. It's not easy. So
It's
forget
okay,
it. I
but
mean, yeah, it's fine. I'm happy in my own way, and she must be happy in her own way. So it's fine.
yeah,
I'm not bad mouthing her or anything, so
yeah,
it's
that's
okay.
what.
Mm.
Send love in your prayers. It
No,
will change
brother,
it.
it's not easy to live in this world, I'm telling you. You can be very spiritual, blissful, whatever you self realize, but when these situations come, you really don't know what to do sometimes, you know.
No, but when you are doing prayers, send your love that please, Swami, help her or help him to change his attitude. That's the only thing which you can. Love has got a power which can change things in a different
Yeah,
way.
true. Thank you so much for all that. I really wanted to ask this question, from some weeks ago, but then I didn't get a chance.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
sending love is very, very effective, I think, to someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
pray to Swami. He will bring a situation that your love will be more powerful to make him
No,
change.
I don't hate her at
Yeah.
all, but no point. I mean, being together after, a little after that misunderstanding. So I say it's okay. You live your life, I live my life. I'm fine.
Yeah, one day hopefully she'll come to realize, and then things will get back again, as
And
well.
these are all spiritual people. They do a lot of meditation. They hear their gurus and all. That's why I don't understand. What are we hearing? What are we practicing then?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fine.
Yeah. Thank
Can
you.
I say something? Yeah, can I say something? Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Swami say, if your friend did something wrong, and then you just stand by and watch, you have to bear the karma also. So what you like most of us, if we are we have to do our duty. That means we find a way of informing that person, probably in a nice way, in a loving way, as Father Manoj said, with a good heart, good intention, we tell, but no expectation.
Yeah, right.
We do our duty, tell him no expectation, then we are okay. That means if you listen, if you understand what I'm saying, that you are wrong, and you got no ego, you accept that's good. But if you still got ego, sorry, I've done my duty. I've done my dharma. I inform you as a friend. So
Yeah.
many times I'm caught in like that nowhere. My brother did something wrong. I just tell them off. Then I don't expect anything. It's my duty to inform them only. Hopefully they correct themselves. That's all.
In the
But I
Mahabharata,
won't run away from them.
in Mahabharata war, Krishna knew that Kauravas were wrong, but still he went the last moment again to see if they can understand. But he knew that they will not understand. So he did his effect. So just to tell the humanity that you try to do your best to resolve the issue, but if it's not, then leave it, because they have to face the consequences. And karma is a very strong uh, equalizer, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, thank you so much for all this
Thank you.
advice and thank you, Sairam.
I think we are
Yeah.
finishing.
Sairam, we have another 2 more minutes to go. So I believe Sister Jenny, you still have some more slides to move on, right?
Yes, I
Yes.
think we have to continue next Tuesday.
Yes. We continue next week on this.
Okay, that's all.
The other week we requested for the short testimony of transformation.
Yeah.
So we have received some, I think about 5 or 6. It's good if we can get more. So once we collected, then we will announce a date where we will share this. Okay.
With the
Some
Zoom,
some very nice testimony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really, the
So we hope-
Avatar Technician Day is this Sunday, right? Coming Sunday.
Yes,
So,
20th.
yeah. Probably next week you want to share, take some minis, set up.
Yeah. That I think I discussed with Dr. Suresh. No? Yeah.
So, okay,
So,
I'll stop share. Yes.
Okay. So with that, okay, I think we shall end. Okay, tonight's satsang is close to almost 1 more minute to 10. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming for tonight's satsang. We really appreciate your presence. So let's end with Samasta Loka. Okay. Om Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Salam everyone. Good night.
Sayonara.
See you next week.
Thank you, Brother Billy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Salam.